up? You know what we're doing today. I got the code, I got the flow. I got the evil mode. Emacs! Bitch! They say spacemacs are doomed. I said get a room. The Spartan Hotel. Know what I'm talking about. Spitting with a lisp. I be spitting with a lisp. Motherfucker! I think I've officially lost it. Or maybe I've lost it. Just like to interject for a moment. What you're referring to as Linux is in fact GNU/Linux, or as I've recently taken to calling it, GNU plus Linux. Okay. Oh boy. Just kidding, guys. I'm good. Let's turn that shit down. Okay. The final part of my Emacs series, Spartan Emacs. So, yeah. Spartan Emacs started out as my personal configuration for Emacs after I was frustrated with some things about spacemacs and Doom a few years ago. Not talking shit on those. I think they're great, especially nowadays. Maybe some people want to try Spartan Emacs though. Whoops, wrong. Yeah, I switched to Firefox. So, Spartan Emacs. There's a GitHub page, and I put this together. I've been daily driving it for, I guess technically, like 6 years, I don't know. It had a repo before this one too. This one, the first commit was 4 years ago. First of all, the theme is from, I think, Rougier. Nano Emacs looks nice. I forked it a little bit, and in my opinion, cleaned it up a little bit. There's another README about that, but throw it in there, give it a kind of modern look. So the very first thing when we open Spartan Emacs, after you go through the README down below this, right here, just run that. It clones everything into Emacs-D. You could also put it in config/emacs if that's your thing. And then when you open it for the first time, it takes a minute. It's going to clone all the packages and set it up. And after that, it opens in about half a second. It's even faster on Linux than Mac. Kind of looks like that at the moment. And README. The README kind of looks like this when you set it up. So the very first thing it tells you is press Control-C-I, jump into your config and customize it, make it your own. So I just kind of want to go over some of the features of this distribution or whatever. Starter kit, configuration framework, whatever you want to call it. So as far as I know, I was the first one out of spacemacs or Doom to start using Straight, and I think they're on it too now though. And one of the benefits of the Straight package plus use package is that it version pins all our packages, so everybody using this distribution theoretically is on the same exact version pins, which makes it easier if we all have a problem. If one guy has a problem, I can test everything on, try to reproduce it on my system with the same exact package version. And I try to update them all for everybody about once a month or two. And just keep us up to date with the latest package features and stuff that way. And hopefully there's some security benefits, just kind of slow rolling too, instead of just pulling Melpa every day. Yeah. So if we hit Control CI, we jump to the auto-generated config file. Now this file is actually generated, if we look at the repo, from this here Spartan defaults.el. And this file is a copy of the defaults. So if at any time you screw up your Spartan.el file, you can just create a new Spartan. You can delete Spartan.el, reopen, and it'll regenerate the file for you with the defaults, based on the defaults. So we're looking at Spartan.el now. And so it there's a lot of stuff. But basically, if you don't like the default theme, first of all, you can just wipe this out. It's fine, it's safe. That'll take you back to Angry Fruit style Emacs defaults vanilla. And then you might want to put in your name and email. That's useful for like git commits and stuff. And then if we scroll down, I'm just gonna try to. I know I'm going fast, but I don't want to take all day on this. So the very first thing I got here is we use Eglot instead of LSP mode. Eglot's more lightweight and vanilla included for LSP configuration. Comes with Emacs. And this here, this is going to take all these tree sitter modes that are included with the latest Emacs 30 and associate them to binary that should be on your path if you're working in that language to auto start the language server. And it actually auto starts based on what's ever configured with Eglot defaults. But if you want to override that, because Elixir actually doesn't look for this with Eglot defaults, but you can override it and then it'll look with this here, I forget what that's called, and it'll look for this binary on the path. And if it's found, then it will auto start the language server when you open, in this case, an Elixir file. So that's basically what this does here. And then I include some commented lines for languages that don't yet have a tree sitter, but I mean, that's fine. If you're working in Haskell or something, you probably want to uncomment that there. Or maybe you're having a problem with your language server. You don't want it to auto start for whatever reason. You could just comment this whole thing. It'd be fine. Just get rid of it, you know? Like, goodbye. It's optional. It's your life. The next thing we do here is I just expose some binds for everybody. So basically, like when we're working in a file, that means the Eglot mode map is active, like if we're working in a programming language mode. So what that means is, I'm assuming the Eglot mode is language server has auto started, then we're working in a file, then we can just, like, for example, hit Alt D and it'll jump to like the definition of a function. Or if you want to rename all the variables or a function name across your project, you might want to Alt M and then press R. So stuff like that. That's why language server protocol is useful. And related to that, company, while we're typing, we're going to automatically get our completions, and then we can use, you can configure company however you want here, but just this is almost vanilla configured company mode. So the auto completions while we type, Control N will go down through the menu, P it up, and then hit Enter to complete it, or Control G to make it shut up. So company mode. And then there's a Spartan package macro, and it's not amazing. I just got tired of typing use package over and over and over and over. So now if we want to install a package like Crux and configure it, you can do it like this. It's basically like a use package type of setup. So there's some examples in here. If you want to install markdown mode, maybe like uncomment this line and it'll do it. and it's optional if you want to use that as well. I configure par edit out of the box, which makes it so like if I like kill this bracket here, this print, it safely keeps everything in balance, you know. Or if this one up here, and it does a lot more stuff too. But it's pretty aware in various schemes. So schemes, Lisp, etc. You know, maybe you have libvterm installed. I don't, but you might do something like this and install the vterm package, defer it, and then if we executed this macro and if I had libvterm installed, then I could alt X vterm and I'm off to the races. So it's kind of nice. Continuing on, we set some defaults, and then I actually modify C and C++ for everybody to use and observe the Linux kernel coding style, which means for C and C++, tabs are tabs, and a tab is 8 spaces on the display. But do with that what you will. It's just an example. And then some aliases. CC runs our compile command, in this case make. SH jumps to the better shell. Lint opens the linter, and it's basically a helper wrapper around FlyMake, where it just pops open a little buffer and lists all your errors or warnings, assuming you turned on the LSP first. Git, Alt-X Git opens Magit, Alt-X Pro opens the projectile commander. I think those were covered in episode 3. We start the Emacs client, which is nice. So if you're running a terminal program like git commit or something, it'll pop open where you type after you run the git commit command, when you type what you want the commit title to be, for example, it'll pop it open in Emacs. That way, because we set our editor and pager, and we have the server running. So it's kind of just a basic default, but it's in here because maybe other people have other workflows. I understand that. So Spartan package, you're safe to also, if you want to use straight use package, no problem. If you want to use package, no problem either, but just remember to do straight T. Our layers do it that way in the layers, Spartan layers. Wrong file, but in general, like this one. Yeah. Okay. So straight use package, Spartan package, basic defaults for everybody. This is get ignored, so it's yours. This is your private file, and I don't touch it. So it's not in Git, so I don't edit it. If you want to update to the latest version of Spartan Emacs at some point, you want to git pull the repo, and then you want to run this command here. And what this is going to do, so Control C capital I, sure, save it, and then let's look at the diff between defaults. And so this is the defaults at the bottom, so this one would be updated if I change something of the defaults, add a feature or something, whatever, a layer, then this might have some diffs compared to what's in yours. So you hit N and P to jump through, and then everything that you want that's changed looks like I customized to throw on. I like the scroll bar. But if it was a more important change that I needed to take from the new defaults, you hit B here, and then it would throw the stuff in. And that's your responsibility to make sure your Spartan.dl stays up with the project. Otherwise, you might have some breaking changes. So hit Q here, jump out of here, and so yeah, that's how to update your config and keep up to date. Git pull, and then run the straight thaw command, and then just restart Emacs, and should all be good. If your Spartan ADL ever gets so screwed up you can't figure it out, just delete the file and reopen. And it'll auto-generate based on defaults. Maybe back it up first though. That's all your responsibility. And someone asked me, well, I guess we'll go over the features really quick. So basically, after what I said, we have straight and use package. There's projectile and maggot pre-configured. Language server protocol and company mode pre-configured with Eglot. Holy mode is default. Well, evil is available. How do you turn on evil mode? Just search your file for evil. There it is. And uncomment that line. Save it, restart it, or evaluate the macro, and you should be good to go. And configure it more if you want. It's just vanilla. And Vertigo, so that's like Control XF is Vertigo, and then like fuzzy completion. Maybe with a typo. Yeah, so. And then everything auto compiles, just run a recent version with GCC Max included. And your bytecode is lazy auto compiled while it's open, and get even better performance that way. And tree sitter is everywhere as much as possible at this time. So all the latest batteries included, modern Emacs features should be here pretty much. I'll be adding some more stuff like probably GPT stuff, but I'm not huge on it at the moment. It basically covers the features, so it's a bit more minimal than spacemacs or Doom, and quick to get up and going and out of the box. But it's also batteries included quite a bit. And someone asked me on Reddit, actually, let's find it. Basically, how can we contribute? So I want to talk about that and probably call this one a wrap. Here we go. This was just recently, so yeah. Where was it? Here we are. So his last question was, how do we contribute? And the new Reddit is so bad. It's it'd be great to get some more layers for things like GNUs, Wanderlust, MU4E, ERC, XWIM, EMMS, vterm layer. I'm personally interested in getting DAPE working, just like kind of like DAP mode, a little bit more minimal for debugging and stuff. Also, Copilot, GPTAL could be added. Testing, issue reporting across different systems. I've already got some bugs this week and got them pretty much hopefully worked out for now. And I love pull requests, and obviously documentation could be a million times better. So that's a lot of ideas. If you guys want to contribute, get involved, hell yeah. So this is a labor of love, and hope you like it. And yeah, again, this is a series. I'll probably throw this one in if I like the video. I'll probably throw it in here as part 6 and call it a day for now. If you have any more Emacs requests, then let me know. Otherwise, probably gonna think of a new series to do in time. Cheers.